Hi there, my name is Neil Robinson and I'm the sales manager at Storff Machinery. I'm here today to present to you the 7.5 metre FarmerPlus tanker dribble bar. This is one of three within the range. We have a 7.5, we have a 10 and we have a 12. All machines, while being designed for a tanker, are also versatile enough to be used for umbilical use as well. Basically we mount them onto a piggyback kit which enables the cord to be connected. They're all fully galvanized, which is like everything else within our range. And this one specifically weighs in at 560 kilograms, so it's nice and lightweight. It has a transport width of 2.5 meters and a transport height of 3.1 meters. So if we start with how we're going to mount the dribble bar onto the tanker. And from that perspective, we've got all angles covered. So we've got back doors, and we've got back doors for any brand of tanker. And on this machine we've also got chassis mount. So if you come round you can see this is a really nice and tidy setup here. We've worked the system along the lines of a telehandler quick fit bucket. So basically you have, and you can see here on this mounting piece, on this side you've got the male part, and on the dribble bar side you've got the female part. So we can quickly hook up or unhook the dribble bar. So if we need access into the tanker or we want to move the dribble bar between two tankers, it's nice and easy to do. As you can see on the dribble bar there, we've got the male part there is U-bolted on, and we've got great flexibility in terms of moving this up and down to suit different brands of tanker, different sizes of tanker, different wheels on tanker, and also different drawbar heights on the tractor. So we've built in there loads of flexibility as well as that quick ability to change and move the dribble bar away from the tanker. As you can see, this one is specifically for a slurry cap, and it's a chassis mount, which is our preferred method of attachment, and obviously the strongest method. And then you can see at the top here we've also then got two stay bars which we've engineered to fit onto the standard slurry cap setup. So again, if you're lucky enough to have a tanker that is applicator ready, best option is to go for something that fits on there. And as I say, we have pretty much every brand known to man covered. So in addition to the brackets on this tanker, you can see we've got hydraulics. So we've got a single set of double acting here. There is actually another set on the other side. The dribble bar itself needs two double acting hydraulic supplies, one for the unfold and fold, and the second one to run the distributor. In most cases we're supplying what we call a retrofit hydraulic and light kit, and that gives you hydraulic pipes and a lighting socket that will run from the front of the tractor to the back, and we can plug into that. We've made it dead simple so that we're actually using a single double acting from the tractor, and we supply us with a standard with this simple switch box here. Okay, the last thing before we open her up is then to look at how it's attached, and say it's nice and solid with the top stay bars in there, but we've also got here a really specific pin and cone arrangement for the wings to save any sort of wear around here during transport. And you can see from this that it's really solid on the back of this tanker. There is no movement, and no movement equals no wear and no cost. With the dribble bar open, you get a nice overview of the machine, and you can see the flow of slurry. So slurry is coming out of its standard 6-inch outlet here, up our elephant's trunk and into the distributor. And this is a NovaCut Plus 30H distributor. We'll take a look inside there in a minute. Just pull back down here. If we want a splash plate, we can take this elephant's trunk off and we can put the standard tanker's splash plate on here. We do a rear fill box as an option, but in my view it's nice and simple this way, without too much clutter around the back and weight. And this tanker is really nice because you've got the access to the rear fill ports built in there. If you really need us to supply fittings to get him a bit tighter in, that's not a problem. Okay, so you can see we've fitted the splash plate, popped our elephant's trunk off. So let's have a look inside the distributor. So we're inside the distributor now, and you can see it's really simple. And anything that's involving slurry we tend to find needs to be simple. So slurry is coming in here through this 4-inch pipe, and it's going into what we call here the coffin. And the coffin divides the slurry and allows the slurry to travel through. And I'll just undo the bolts there. 12 holes. So we have 6 holes in view this side and 6 holes in view at any given time in that side. This is turning at 60 RPM. And basically you've got a Hardox base plate here, which is around about 12 millimeters, and you've got a Hardox plate underneath what I call the coffin here. And these basically work like a pair of scissors and chop the material. If we get any problems with that, and cow hair is often an issue, or net wrap and awkward bits and pieces like that, you now also have, as a standard, what we would have called previously an optional chopper kit. So this is either side here. So these are really aggressive spur wheels that turn with the coffin and basically chop any nasties up. 40mm outlets, and everything says is Hardox and nice and sharp. Dead simple, dead simple. The distributor sits on a nice and strong central galvanized frame. We've got forklift pockets here which work with the quick fit system for attaching and unattaching nice and quickly. Simple lighting board with number plate, and that's road legal. You then come down, and if you look in here, we've got a 2-piece pivot. We've made this piece here, and rather than galvanizing, it's electroplated so we can get better engineering in here. And we've got standard glacial bushes that can be replaced as time goes on. You then move out and you've got a 700mm brake back system here. So if you tap onto a wall or a hedge, or you happen to go through a pothole in the field with the tanker and it lulls over, we've got protection. This comes right the way back to 90 degrees. It's as good as anything else is on the market. There's 1 or 2 machines that look like they're pivoting here and coming all the way back. I'm afraid not. 700mm is as good as it's going to get. If you have an operator that wants to drive through a gateway, then yeah, we're going to have to unbolt here and basically put a new wing on. Let's slip back to the distributor. So hydraulically driven, there's a triple seal pack protecting that, and it's offset a bit like a door to pump offset, so there's protection for the motor. The outlets on here are 40mm, so really big outlets, and they don't let an awful lot of the small stonage and trash through. We're feeding into 51mm pipe. See, it's nicely positioned, nicely held. That's then down into our 63mm lay flat hose. And that hose is in theory feeding the slurry down to the root of the crop, and obviously in this case it's grass and largely is, and it gives you advantage over splash plate in terms of its nutrient availability. And typically you'll find the nutrients are about 5% more available with a Dribble bar when compared to traditional splash plating. The machine centrally is positioned between 600 and 700mm off the ground, slightly gull winged to again get away from that tanker sway and protect the machine. And I think that pretty much sums up for me the FarmerPlus 7.5 metre tanker Dribble bar. If there's anything else you want to know, please feel free to contact at Stoff Machinery and one of the sales team. Thank you for your time.